день, меня зовут Инжета Дусаева, Анна-Мария Купаш, она из Венгрии и из Румынии. И мы сегодня продолжаем нашу рубрику, которая называется «Тинчурин», команда Тинчуринского театра. И мы поговорим с Анной-Марией, которая является художником по декорациям. Она приехала сюда вместе со своим коллегой Сардаром Тагировским, известным венгерским режиссером, и мы с ней поговорим о профессии художника по костюмам, по декорациям. Вот. Мы будем говорить на английском, и часть вещей я буду переводить на русский язык. Я думаю, что это будет интересно. Anna Maria, I was presenting everything in Russian, and I think that the most important things I will translate into Russian, even though we have no subtitles, so it has to be clear to everyone who can see us. And the first question, the thing that I'm curious in, how did you get into set design? Can you tell about it? Because it's like when you start to imagine how you get into this idea.
Well, I finished 12 years of school, 4 years of piano, and then art. I was in art school all my life. I made art, and then my family was very poor, so I couldn't go to university. I couldn't go to university in another town, and in my town there was no university of art. But actually, I didn't really know what I want to do. I just knew I can make art, but I was not even sure I want to do that. So it was very challenging times. So I decided, I was thinking, what should I do? And there was a rumor that in our town will be a set design university. It will start, but it didn't start yet. So I decided that for me, who likes theater and can make art, it's the only best choice that I can do. So actually, this is not a romantic story that I dreamed about this as a child. It's more of a decision of the situation I had.
I will translate it. Сейчас. Я спросила Анну-Марию, собственно, как она вообще пришла к профессии художника по декорациям. И она рассказала о том, что она училась в школе, как многие из нас. Очень интересно, что она, оказывается, играла на пианино, и потом закончила школу, аналог, наверное, нашей художественной школе. И дело в том, что в том городе, в котором выросла Анна-Мария, не было университета. И здесь это был скорее такой выбор в сложившейся ситуации, поскольку Анне-Марии был интересен театр и искусство. И как раз художник по декорациям — это то, что совмещало между собой и театр, и искусство. And sometimes, it works. For example, when you imagine of some profession from childhood, and then when you grow older and you understand that, I don't know, the situation has changed or something, but so maybe it was a good choice, and I'm wondering about what does it mean set design as a career, as a profession, because some of us don't really understand what does it mean. For us, it's like a great imagination, something very artistic, and it's like a fairy, creating a fairy tale. And can you explain, I don't know, can you open the door to see what does it exactly mean?
Sure. Set design, set and costume design, it's very important to be defined like theatrical set and costume design. It's not considered art, it is applied arts, like a graphic design that is not considered art, it is applied art. And I think it's very important to make this difference, because very, very short, what does that mean? It's if you take away everything around it and you just looking at the set design, it's not an art, it's not working alone. And it has to be together with.
Can I translate?
Sure.
If not, I will,
Yeah,
I
you
will
will
forget. I lose. Анна Мария говорит, что здесь очень важно разделять, собственно, во-первых, есть художник по декорациям и художник по костюмам. Это тоже две разные вещи. И здесь очень важно сконцентрироваться, потому что это и искусство, но это как дополнение к искусству, потому что, собственно, само этот художник по декорациям, это как бы не впрямую художник в нашем понимании. И сейчас, я думаю, we can continue.
And also, for art, you need to have a concept. You need to you put your mind, your soul, your emotions, but a concept. And set design and costume design is not a concept, but giving a form of a concept that exists.
И здесь очень важно, что если ты художник, то у тебя должна быть какая-то идея внутри, у тебя должно быть что-то такое, что ты представляешь, и то, что ты производишь, как бы продукт твоего творчества. Художник по костюмам и художник по декорациям – это человек, который придает форму какой-то идее. But who creates a concept? A director.
Yes. Yes.
Собственно, идею создает уже режиссер. But is there a freedom for you? So you as an artist, you can create everything. You as a set designer have to explain the concept to make it readable by us, but spectators. And where is space for creating, and where is your freedom?
Well, it depends on the director, but I am coming from a good school and very fast I became popular, so I don't think directors choose me because I do what they say. They choose me because I have my own ideas. And I was very lucky because of that. It's very important. And now I can afford not to work with those people who tell me what to do. But they tell me what they want to do and I translate it. So I have all the freedom, and also, I mean, all the freedom, yeah, sure, but I have a text, I have a drama. Usually, or I know how the director works, what he wants to communicate, and I think my job is to make it visually the same context that he wants to translate to the spectator. So it's a kind of.
I think that I've got an idea that you like a holder, like a key, visual key, or it's like you create a visual language, how it can be transmitted.
A visual word.
Exactly. Visual word, and at the same time, it is your collaboration, because at the end it became your the director's concept, how you look, because I think that every translator brings something about himself, about
Sure, I'm not saying that it's not me. It's
no.
totally
And as I've heard what you say, I understand that it's like every interpreter. Even though you are an interpreter of this concept, you create another and at the end it became another concept.
Well, it's a visual concept.
Yes,
sure, because the director has his concept and I have the visual concept.
And then they make I don't know, they are going in relations and became the whole concept.
Became the theater.
Became the theater. Мы так долго говорили, было так интересно с Анной Марией, я буквально в нескольких словах переведу. Мария говорила очень интересную мысль о том, что где же, ну как бы я спросила, а где же свобода, собственно, художника по декорациям, и если он транслирует, собственно, идеи режиссера. Это был тут такой важный момент, что Анна-Мария сказала, что она делает визуальным образ, который ей представляет режиссер и, ну, собственно, драматург. И таким образом, она сказала, что она была очень удачлива, работая с разными режиссерами, которые не жестко говорили, что нужно делать, а что ей оставляли большую степень свободы. И в этом смысле у нее была хорошая школа и хороший опыт общения с разными режиссерами, которые ее зовут не потому, что она делает все, как они просят, а она в какой-то мере понимает и представляет свое какое-то видение этой работы. It's a bit strange because we talked and I'm interesting, very interesting to talk, just to know more about your profession, and then to translate it into Russian. And maybe I forget something. I don't.
Certainly some information,
but I think that the whole concept I tried to explain, to translate. And the other thing, okay, from one hand you collaborate with directors, and I was happy to hear that you have had a good experience with various directors that don't press you to explain only their concept. And from the other hand, you collaborate with stage workers. I don't know exactly what is the English name of this. And how is it difficult or not, and how to collaborate? With directors, I understand, just they are calling you and you just know how they work. You know your job.
And they also know how I work. That's why they call me. I don't know how. It would be very interesting to know. I am really curious how it's working here, because at our place it's like if somebody wants a kind of visual, they'll call me, or if he wants another kind of visual, they'll call another colleague. So it's already at a certain age. You already have something to say, and that's why they ask you. It's not
but there is no any open call, just okay, I'm director, I'm searching for
no. They first look or at your works or at your pictures, or they hear about you. That's also very interesting.
But when you start,
when I start, yes, that school was turned out to be a very good school that started. And I had the best teachers from whole Romania, the two best teachers. And because of that, you got a lot of chance even when you were only just a student. So you got the chance to present yourself, and that's it. If you got the chance and you did good, you get more and more and more chances.
So when you when you finished, you were just known in Romania.
Yes. When I finished, I already had second stage design in the National Theatre.
Okay. И Анна-Мария говорит, ну, собственно, мы задались вопросом, а как вообще можно узнать о художнике по декорациям? И Анна-Мария говорит, я не знаю, как устроено у нас в России, но, по крайней мере, в Румынии устроено таким образом, что как бы этот круг тебя уже знают твои работы, и режиссеры тебя зовут. И здесь я задалась вполне понятным вопросом, а как же они узнают, если ты только начинающий художник? И Анна-Мария сказала, что она училась в таком учебном заведении, что ее обучали два самых лучших специалиста в Румынии, и они давали возможность уже во время обучения представлять какие-то работы. Анна-Мария так улыбается, мне кажется, она ищет параллели с русским языком и румынским, и возможно, что-то понимает. И она говорила, что когда она закончила университет, ну, собственно, вот эту школу дизайна, то она уже была достаточно известной художницей, ну, то есть ее уже знали режиссеры. You were a bit smiling, so I thought maybe you can hear some familiar words in Russian just to check if there is the same words in Romanian or not.
I was smiling because I decided here that next year I finish my German lessons. Right now I'm learning German because I want to go to Germany to work there. But I decided here that I will learn German when I finish my, Russian. When I finish my German lessons.
You want to
Yes,
learn
yes,
Russian?
I
I try to help you. Анна-Мария смеялась, потому что говорила о том, что сейчас она изучает немецкий язык, и она хочет уехать учиться тоже в Германию, ну, получить какой-то опыт и работы, и учебы. И она сказала, что, сидя у нас в Казани, она подумала, что ей бы хотелось выучить русский, что она думает об этом. And with us you have to learn Tatar, because it is totally another language.
It is totally another language, yes. Sounds very good.
И я сказала Анне-Марии, что было бы еще хорошо выучить татарский, поскольку он довольно сильно отличается от русского языка. И Анна-Мария говорит, что да, и что он действительно звучит не так, как русский язык. Let's to our question about collaboration with stage workers.
Yes, yes.
Is it hard or what do you think? And maybe you can give us a comparison between Europe and Kazan. What is the difference, or every time it is the same and you know this kind of person? I mean that I think that to some extent even directors are the same. Certainly they are different, but as they and at the same time they are similar regarding I don't know, other professions. So,
yes, they have the same job. Yeah, well, I like to work with these men because actually they build my stage, they build my my visual, my fantasy. But the most important thing that I learned at my first work, you have to know what you want. Because if you don't know what you want, they will not listen. It's actually when I was very young, I thought that they will not listen because I am young. No, that's not a problem. Or sometimes people ask me,
because you are a woman.
yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sometimes
Because stage workers, not in general, I think it's every time they are men.
yeah, I never met a woman worker, sure. Yeah, and many times people say that, oh, it must be so hard for you as a woman to work as a set designer. No, I don't think that. I never experienced that somebody didn't take me serious because I'm a woman or I was young or no. The only thing is that you really have to know what you want, and not just what you want. It's one thing to know what you want and draw it exactly and perfectly, but you have to communicate also what you want. And that's a thing I think they didn't learn in the university, how to communicate with these people. Because you have to use
You not only how to
language.
create.
Exactly, and this is not it's not creative at all. They really have to know what they have to do, and they have to feel safe that if you know what you want, then it's also
And
good
they
for them.
feel safe themselves. So it's like when you, no.
I don't really know why.
Why
Is this? It's not okay not to know what you want and go there and let's
Just to
try.
prove.
No, they are there to build what you want. So if you don't know what you want, they will do nothing. But if you know, then it's easy to work with them, and actually I really like sometimes they not sometimes if you if you catch them they help. And here I don't have the chance because I don't know the language. But many times back at home, I start my idea by telling them, look, this is what I think how it can be made, but maybe you have a better idea because you work much more with the material.
Анна-Мария говорит о том, что работа именно с работниками сцены, поскольку она в большей степени сталкивается, с одной стороны это режиссеры и драматурги, а с другой стороны это работники сцены, и в 100%, мы еще так посчитали, в 100% это именно мужчины. И она говорит, что в самом начале своей карьеры она думала, что она была очень молодой, и думала о том, что, возможно, мужчины, которые монтировщики и те, которые создают эти декорации, они ее не будут слушать. Но это на самом деле неправда, и она говорит, что это не связано ни с возрастом, ни с полом, что очень важно, и она повторяла это несколько раз, знать, что ты хочешь сделать, как ты видишь эту декорацию. И она говорит, что она обожает людей, которые создают декорации, потому что они являются ее руками, они фактически реализуют ее идею, то, как она себе это представляет. И такой вот был пример, что в Казани из-за того, что Анна-Мария все-таки не знает ни русского, ни татарского языка, она, скажем так, коммуникация была такой своеобразной, может быть, не очень прямой. Но когда она работала в Европе, и когда она работала и на румынском, и на венгерском, и на английском языке, она говорила о том, что коммуницирует таким образом, что говорит, что нужно, но при этом она часто советуется, потому что работник сцены может задать какие-то вещи даже больше, чем она, и может ей что-то другое предложить. And in this case, I've forgotten my question. I want to return to this topic, saying about with stage workers, you have to be clear, and it's not most about of art. It's about measure.
Yes, but the other team, when they help you, and then it's very good to work with them or collaborate with them. And many theaters actually have a production director, and if the production director is or an engineer, production engineer, if he is good, then it's
the best idea to make a production, because I think that he will really help. It is helpful because some of I don't know, heavy things he will do.
Yes, when I have a job, first I go to see with who I will work. I have to see the theater, I have to know the production money, that's also very important. I have to know the people that I will work with. Some theaters don't have engineer, some theaters don't have enough men. So I'm thinking, you see, it's not just creativity. I really have to think what to build, because if they have only 4 men, then I cannot think so big. If they have 12 men, I can do something bigger. But if they have 12 men and don't have enough production money, so actually it's all like a chess.
I really understand what does it mean now. I'm starting to understand what does really exactly mean your profession, because it's like you turn. I see you from another side, because just at first view, she's very creative, beautiful woman, beautiful girl with creative ideas. And now I see even another part, that you have to be great manager, counter. It's like an architecture, in sense that you have to think about the whole project as a concept. It's not like I'm creating just this part, I make your design, so let's let it be a true, or can we make it? So for me, it's another big world, and for me, it's incredible that you, as an artist, has to have to think about money and
Sure, yeah,
about
it's my favorite topic. Money. How much money can
and
bring?
about what human stuff, is it big or not? Okay, and мы сейчас говорили о том, что прям приоткрыли такую, не знаю, для меня это вообще открытие, что Анна-Мария не просто художник и творческий человек, но она еще такой тот человек, который как архитектор и бухгалтер, который думает о том, какой бюджет у этого спектакля, сколько человек будет делать, потому что так бывает, что много, например, монтировщиков и тех, кто может делать декорации, но, например, нет бюджета. And the last question about our set design, about our play. Can you tell me a few words how can you get to this concept, and maybe there is something that some artistic tendency that you are working with or looking for? Maybe I don't know, this style is your favorite, or every time you imagine something new?
Yeah, sure. Every time it's new because every project is a new project and every stage is different. And it was very good that I looked at the stage. So we didn't have the text, but I looked at the stage, and that means a lot. That tells very much. And I also know Sadak, and I also know what I myself am interested in. And yeah, I wanted to I wanted to make very simple, because this is this at the beginning we knew we want something simple. So for me, this is as we say at home, this is ürestér, empty stage. So this is an empty stage. Yes. But I like to make big visual with very minimalistic form, and I think I succeeded with this. So actually, this is a very simple design, but I think it has.
But it is
So
very
rich pleasure. Yes. For the eyes, it's very pleasurable.
And you know, when I saw it with lights, I was really, it's like, it was so pleasure to see how shadows are playing with actors.
Yeah, but you see, you don't even start to make a design if you don't think with lights, because what I explained you, it's applied art. You have to think at the actors, at the lights, at the sound, and everything together. That's why it's actually this design is 2 walls. That's it. It's 2 walls. But yes.
It's another world.
Yes.
И буквально в самом конце Анна-Мария говорила о том, что декорации в нашем спектакле в каком-то смысле очень простые, но они подразумевают, как они будут работать со звуком, и с огнями, и с освещением, и с актерами. Я приглашаю к нам на премьеру, которая состоится уже сегодня, 2 декабря, и завтра. И вы можете увидеть в январе. Приходите. Анна-Мария, которая была с нами. Спасибо вам большое. Рахмет. И мы продолжим, я надеюсь, исследование. Я надеюсь, что I hope that you come back in Tatarstan one day.
First, I'm very interested what the spectators will tell, because I didn't know what's the culture here and how they take this kind of aesthetic. So
И очень
I hope
интересно.
somebody will tell me.
И Анна-Мария конечно, с интересом ждет, что ответят наши зрители сегодня, которые придут, посмотрят, потому что это другая эстетика, это, конечно, другой взгляд. И как это будет в Татарском театре сегодня выглядеть,